As the player base of Magic the Gathering continues to burn Wizards to the ground, some players, though, are taking advantage of lower prices and buying these cards. The building's on fire, and when you dial 911, no one's coming to help you. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thanks again for being here on my channel today. For all the regular supporters out there tuning in each and every day to my videos, thanks again for being here. For my Patreon members, my YouTube membership members, and of course all the new subscribers hitting that button, helping me get closer to 15,000 subscribers. I thank you guys each and every day for making this journey so exciting. Players continue to give Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast the cold shoulder. They've got declining sales, they're in trouble, and players are very unhappy with the decisions they've been making. But that doesn't mean just because players are avoiding sealed product like Commander Pre-Con decks, sealed product like set boosters, draft, collector boxes, there are still sales out there happening in the singles market. On today's video, guys, we're going to go through the Hot 10, the hottest selling reserve list cards this week, because some of the sales are very interesting. The market is sliding sideways and slowly sliding downwards, but it's attracting new players to the secondary market. Players who have never had that opportunity to get some of these old school cards are coming out and buying them, and they're not buying near mint. They're going for moderate to heavily played copies of these cards because they're cheaper to get. They can put them into a commander deck they've always wanted to have, and it's happening week over week. There's very interesting movement. Yes, there's a couple of surprises in today's video, but the real surprise is how the market has continued to react to Hasbro and Wizards. Those declining sales are not likely to improve as more of a critical mass comes against what they're doing, the decisions they've made. Whereas single market cards being bought from player to player in Facebook groups continues to be fairly steady and show some signs of resiliency in the market economy we're in right now. Everyone can love a good card and enjoy the game. It doesn't cost that much money to play and have fun. And I think players are starting to realize that. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at the hottest selling cards on the reserve list this week, and I look forward to seeing your comments at the end of the video. Let me know what you guys thought about these choices and what you're doing with your hard-earned money. Number 10 this week is Taiga from Revised with 12 sales November 12th to the 18th of 2022. With declining price, it has brought out more buyers. This card has a market value of $376.73 US. It's €267.19 to get this card into your house, and here in Canada, it's around $450 for a near mint copy. But the copies that are selling are not near mint. They are heavily played to moderately played, saving players 30 to 40% on the value. It tells me players are buying them for Commander or individual collections to add to Commander at some point, because there's single sales from multiple sources buying these cards. An amazing addition to anyone's deck who can afford to get one. Number 9 this week is Savannah Revised Edition with 14 sales, November 12th to the 18th, a market value of $355.95, and of course it's €232.21 to get this card into your house. Sales on this are lower, of course, but the price is trending down, which again will attract more buyers if it continues in this manner. If this card hits around the 310 level, you're going to see a lot of players looking to buy these cards because heavily played or moderately played condition cards like this will be going in the low 200s. It's going to be a little bit of a bloodbath for players trying to get liquidity in a market like this, and there will be a race to the bottom for those who have to sell. If you can afford to hold on to your cards though, guys, I don't recommend selling into markets like this where it's a race to the bottom. It's not ideal selling conditions, so if you can hold on to your card, I recommend you do so. Number 8 this week is Plateau Revised Edition with 15 sales this week, the 12th to the 18th. The market value is $322 US. €214.61 to get this card into your house. Here in Canada, a heavily played copy is $270 Canadian. With some discounts, you might get it for around $250 to $255. A very nice card to add to your collection. And again, like the other two cards I'm talking about at the higher end there, the Taiga as well as Savannah, these cards are going to see continued price decline because the players looking for them are looking for that bottom of the barrel and they're willing to wait to get it. Now, the number 7 card this week is the Anvil. 19 sales this week, the 12th to the 18th. The market price is $45.15 US. And of course, it's €28.72 to get this card into your house. Here in Canada, you're looking at around $60 Canadian for a near mint copy. This one continues to see fairly resilient sales with the market conditions the way they are. Great for players who are trying to get it on the cheap. Moderately played copies go for around $30 on TCG Player. And of course, guys, if you happen to be doing any buying on TCG Player, please remember to use my affiliate link found inside the description of all my videos. It really helps the channel out and allows me to get some cards. So thanks again for those guys who do it. It doesn't cost you a thing, but I do get about a 3.5% kickback, so I really appreciate it. Now, the Conch Horn from Fallen Empires comes in at number 6 this week with 22 sales. This card is bottomed out. It does have some playability. I've even seen it used in Old School a couple times. It's a 2-drop, and you can see that you sacrifice it and draw 2 cards, and then put 1 back into your hand and 1 on top of your library. Guys, this is basically a brainstorm. It's awesome for those who have to have it, and it can fit into any deck, which players have got to remember. This one, though, will continue to fall. You can afford to wait this one out for another 90 days to see if this card can go below the $4 mark. Stay tuned. You never know what's going to happen. And again, really low sales, though, but it can go a lot lower, which could attract more buyers to cards like this. Now, the number 5 card this week is City of Solitude. Back in there again. 23 sales this week, the 12th to the 18th of November. Market price, though, only $19. This card used to be $70 US. It is down to $19.12 as the market. And of course, it's €16.65 to get this card into your house. $30 here in Canada. And this card, of course, is from Visions. Cards like this are great to have one of at least, just in case you want to play it in Commander and mess people up and stop them from countering your stuff. A lot of fun. Now, when we go ahead and we drop down to number 4 this week, it's Thrall Champion back again. 24 sales this week to take the number 4 spot. Market price, though, is $7.75 US, and it's €4.58 to get this card to your house. It's around $8 here in Canada. I do say that this card will drop. It is not a card players have to buy right now. It's great if you wanted to get one for the channel. Same as those players out there buying Soldevi Excavations because it's the channel card I use. I love that card so much. The Tinfoil Hat Army, we need as many copies as we can get. But this is not the time to buy these particular cards. Let them sit on the sidelines. Let them fall in price. If you could pick it up for $2, go ahead for a moderately played copy. And if you have to buy near mint, go ahead. You're going to pay a little bit of a premium, but I think these cards will drop, okay? They're going to go down. It's not worth buying at the moment unless you really just got to have one. Now, the number 3 card this week, Brain Geyser has been on the list lots of times, but it hasn't been back for a while. 27 sales this week. A market price of $24.61 US, €18.81 to get this card to your house. And guess what? Here in Canada, it's still going for $40. It looks like the LGSs who paid a higher buy price aren't going to let it go below that. There's a couple stores that have them. It's anywhere from $36 to $40, and it hasn't really changed. So it looks like there's more flexibility in the singles market from individual sellers as opposed to stores who locked in at a higher price off of a buy list. They're just not willing to let it go because they've already paid for it. They're letting it sit there and do nothing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the number 2 card this week, and that is the Helm of Obedience, Alliances. 38 sales this week, and for good reason. This card actually just had a bit of a spike. I wish it had been left alone, but somebody decided to buy multiple copies. The market price is $66.78 US. It's €52.34 to get that card into your house. $90 here in Canada. The Helm of Obedience is a fun card to have around, okay? It has some uses. It does see a little bit of play. But the real issue with a card like this is it seems a little slow by today's standards. I can see it going into some Commander decks. They're more casual, not CEDH, right? Not really competitive ones, but for play and casual, a lot of fun. I've had a blast with this card in the past, But I look at it now, and I just think it should fall in price. I don't think the market should be able to hold this card up that long. I think if it fell to the $45 range, it might see a little more saleability. Players might be willing to take a deep dive on it. Let's go ahead, though. You've waited long enough. We've gone down the yellow brick road. Let's take a look at the #1 selling card this week, and that is Leeches from Homeland. You know why? Because we had the Brothers War. We had Dominaria United. We got Poison Counters coming. And, of course, that'll bring us around to Phyrexia All Is One, and somebody's saying, you know what, this card's really cheap right now, market price of $5.91, and that's for near mint. The people who bought this one bought everything they could. This card's been hit up twice this year already, so this is just a continuation of that. I bet you it's actually the same buyers buying it at a lower price, just helping their cost average on owning hundreds and hundreds of copies of this card. And that's Leeches. Hey, target player loses all poison counters. A very nice effect to have around, especially if you can't deal with it very easily. So that, of course, was your #1 card. So you can see there are sales happening in the marketplace for the reserve list. It's happening in the singles area. And this is very interesting to me because it looks like players are still buying. They're just buying different stuff that isn't directly related to Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast. They're not buying sealed product. So I'll be curious to see how these sales continue to trend out. I look forward to seeing you all next Saturday and next Sunday for the Hot 10 on Saturday. And of course, the Hot 10 reserve list on Sunday. And of course, my live streams are every Sunday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you all there. And thanks again for coming out today. Have an awesome day. And of course, that big shout out goes out to each and every one of the fantastic patrons on my channel, guys. Without these patrons supporting the channel, this content's not possible. Thanks again to each and every one of you. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the end of the video. If you're new to the end of my videos, welcome aboard. I know, it's the end. But guess what? I drank a little water, sorry. You're the special people you know, and you deserve to be special. How about some future sight? A little future sight action going into the 20K goal, because you know what? We're getting close to that. I mean, I know we're still a ways off. We're like 880 subs, but that's still faster than I expected, guys. So before you know it, we could be at 15 and keep that trend going. We could hit 20K before we know it. It blows my mind that it's even possible for that to happen, but that means I got to juice this box up a bit and get some stuff going for you guys. So you made it to the end of the video. Now you know there's a booster pack, unsearched, of Future Sight inside the box. Thanks a lot for being here, guys. My family thanks you. Each and every one of you for being here every day. Thanks again. We can put mini mocks in the in the comment section. Combat. I'm thinking of that Call of Duty thing. In the comment section, put mini mocks. That'll be awesome. All right, guys. That way I know you watched and you know about the Future Sight. I'll see you guys then. Have an awesome day.